What's up, you guys? Welcome to Kouch Chronicles,
where we talk about all things real life.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Kelsey, and this is episode 30! The big 3-0, which is also the age that both of us will be turning this year.
Her first, though.
She likes to remind me that I'm turning 30.
Like a few months earlier than me.
Okay. That's enough.
But to be honest, you guys, I could talk about how excited I am to be 30 for a very long time. Kelsey can't say the same.
I feel the opposite.
I don't know why I'm so excited to be 30. It's almost like I think my whole life is going to change December 27th of this year. And it's not.
I mean,
there's just something so settled about being 30.
Yeah. I have heard that your 30s are the best years of your life.
Yeah.
However,
your 20s is like, they're for making mistakes and learning from them.
Yeah.
And like learning yourself and doing a bunch of dumb shit and learning from it. Yeah. And then you turn 30 and you can't do dumb shit anymore.
Here's the thing. Going into 30 this year, my life is not at all where I feel like I have unfigured everything out, you know?
Honestly, but I feel like that can be a good thing too.
I know. I do feel like things are about to get really good, but I have really bad baby fever, and like going into your 30s super single with baby fever is like not the best feeling in the world, but
I don't know if I've ever had baby fever in my life. Okay. Let's address the elephant in the room. What's behind us? We have construction happening in our apartment, mainly my room, and I had to take everything out of my closet and bring it out here. Otherwise, it would just be in piles everywhere, and that would drive me more crazy than what's going on behind us. And I just don't want to hear any of the background chatter. We're working on it, okay?
Like the place is being renovated, okay? Yeah. Give us a break.
We'll have a backdrop at some point. I don't know.
Yeah, we're trying to get a 3-bedroom house in June, and if that happens, one of the rooms will be turned into probably like an office/podcast studio.
Yeah. So we should have a background then. So just like give us a few months. I don't know. Give us a break.
We're just two girls.
Anyways. Second thing to address, which I feel like we address in every episode, but my dog is here and he's loud. His name's Shadow and he's the cutest, teeniest little golden retriever ever. And by teeniest, she is 102 pounds and built like a tank.
Yeah. Shadow the Tank Lozon.
Yeah, that's his full name.
We have a fun episode today.
Yeah.
I mean, I think every episode is fun.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. Some were not so fun. But this one's fun. This is a fun topic.
Sorry. You had something to say.
This week, we are going to talk about our top 3 best feelings in the world and our top 3 worst feelings in the world. I have 2 honorable mentions for both. So I have 5.
I just came up with mine right before we started recording. So
I've had this list going for like a while.
I know. I've been thinking about it. I haven't written anything down until like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But obviously, all subjective and everyone's will be different.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know what you like. I actually texted my family and I was like, I need you guys to tell me like your worst feeling in the world and your best feeling in the world. Like, what are they? And I was just interested to hear. So yeah, let us know. Follow us on Instagram, comment on our pictures or DM us or whatever and tell us like what your favorite feelings and least favorite feelings are in the world. Could be anything.
I have an honorable mention that I'm adding right now that I just thought of.
Ooh, okay.
Wrong app.
Let's start with worst.
Okay.
Let's end this episode on a good note.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Top 5 worst feelings.
Okay, no, top 3.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Top 3 worst feelings, and in no particular order, because I don't think I could order them.
Yeah, mine are not ranked either. I just have them listed.
Okay. My first...
Are we going back and forth 1-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
My first worst feeling in the world is getting in trouble. Specifically at school or at work. Like somewhere where like you care.
Somewhere where it matters.
Yeah. The feeling of like when you realize you're about to get in trouble or you realize you made a mistake or whatever it may be and your heart just like drops to your butthole.
Yes.
Oh,
the worst.
It is. I hate getting in trouble.
Ugh.
I hate it. I think I'm such a rule follower because I hate being in trouble.
Yeah. I think growing up, um, I was like a rule follower, like to a fault, where I feel like my family still makes fun of me for it, for being so like strict and like following the rules and not wanting to get in trouble. But I feel like in my older age, I care a little bit less, but not when it comes to work.
Yeah, work I
Not when
feel
it
like
comes
is
to
the
work.
worst.
Yeah.
Like, and school. I hadn't gotten in trouble in school for like a very long time, but I remember getting in trouble in middle school like twice. One for having my phone and one for copying someone's homework.
You
And it
know,
was the worst feeling.
the moment that I knew I started to care a little bit less, I was actually in high school. And I had gotten yelled at by my one of, I don't know what math I was taking at this point, but I had gotten yelled at by one of my math teachers in high school for talking to my friend next to me, but I literally was sitting there looking at the board, not talking at all, but he yelled at me and then he split us up from where we sat, like in front of the whole class too. And instead of being like embarrassed that I just got called out in front of everyone, I literally looked at it was this is the first time I remember like not immediately being like, I'm so sorry, like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But because I knew for a fact I didn't do anything wrong, I looked at him and I go, I wasn't even talking
Yeah,
with the
see,
tone. It was not good. I am not like that.
but when you get called out for something that's not true or
Yeah.
that you didn't do, like, yeah, I feel like it's natural to be like, no, like, you're not going to embarrass me for something that I didn't do.
Yeah, I just like I don't talk back to authority really. Well, I didn't. Now I do a little bit more. But it was the first time I remember speaking or talking back to a teacher because I was like, fuck no. Like there was nothing coming out of my mouth. I was sitting there looking at the dry erase board in front of me.
Yeah.
Like, I just remember being so annoyed. And I think I like said a couple more things that were like obviously PG, no swear words, because I would never, and to a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was I was never disrespectful, but I can't remember what they were now. But yeah,
Yeah. So that's my first one. I hate getting in trouble. I hate getting in trouble.
I agree with that. I agree with
it's
that.
especially bad when like you know you messed up and you're like, I'm
Yes.
about to get in trouble and like
There's nothing I can do about it. I
Yeah.
just have to take it.
like I actually just made a mistake.
Yeah.
So like I have to just get in trouble now.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I hate it.
Okay.
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 Oh my God.
One of my worst feelings is being with like a group of friends or family or just a group of people and still feeling really lonely.
Oh.
That was a little bit, I feel like, deeper.
No, but
like,
yeah, that is the worst feeling ever.
It's the worst.
You're like, I feel so alone, and even when I'm with people, I'm alone. Like, am I ever gonna not feel alone?
Yeah, and then you start to question like yourself, and you're like, well, what's wrong with me that all of these people can like look and feel they're together like this, and I feel like I'm totally separate from them.
But
right
you
now.
know what? That's not always the case. Like,
I know, but that's what you see.
I know, but like even when we were in San Clemente with our friends, I was so alone. Like I was alone.
Yeah, I feel you weren't really acting like yourself though. Either.
I wasn't.
No.
Oh. I can't.
I could tell something was wrong, but you were talking to Maria, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I feel like I am really good at like pretending I'm okay when I'm not, and like putting on a happy face and being like my happy bubbly self like 95% of the time. But if I'm like really really down, I just like can't. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm really like. I don't feel like it's super obvious, but like if you know me, you know that like something's off.
Unfortunately for me, I can't hide my feelings.
I'm like not as bubbly as I normally would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a really good one because that is such a shitty feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, it's like helpless almost.
Yeah. It's really, really sad.
It's like extra isolating to feel alone when you're with people.
Yeah.
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 That was a good one, dude.
Thank you. I have 2 more.
Me too. Well, I have 4 more. Okay. The second one that I have is being in love with someone who is not in love with you.
Yeah. That
is
would
like,
be a really, really bad feeling.
It's like one of the most painful things.
I think just like having feelings for someone that doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like whether it's love is obviously the worst version of it, but I feel like even just having a crush on someone and them not having a crush back on you, like, I know we're older now, so like it doesn't matter as much, but when you were younger, like it broke you.
Yeah, totally. But even at this age, like,
At this age, yeah.
we this is like the most minuscule of examples, but we went to Better Buds.
Yeah.
Was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
And saw the hottest man. He was such a
Oh,
dope. I'm pretty sure he was with his son.
It looked like it at least, but yeah, he was a very, very good looking man.
And when I tell you, this man
Dilf.
stared us down. Okay. Stared us down.
Like to the point
times.
where we even looked at each other and we were like, oh wow.
Yeah. Like we both noticed him probably partially because he was staring at us so hard. So we took that as like he's single and he's like eyeing us.
Yeah.
So I got brave and I wrote my number on a napkin and I ran that napkin to his car and I put it on his windshield right outside of the store that he was in.
I was so impressed with you.
And I ran back to the car. I had a giggle attack out of panicking.
She like all the panic came up as giggles when she got back into my car. She was like, will you come with me? And I'm like, oh no, I'm staying behind the wheel. This is a getaway car. I am ready to go when you run back.
And I ran back. Anyways, he never texted me. So like the napkin could have blown away. He could be married. Like there's a million reasons that like I'm not offended, but I'm like, damn.
But it's still like, ugh.
Like I was excited, you know? And then it just nothing happened.
Yeah.
So like I feel no type of way, but like I'm like, damn, I was like really I was excited. You know,
so
it was like
fun. Yeah, when it comes to love, it's like the worst version of that. But I feel like every level of it hurts a little bit.
It's rejection. Rejection hurts no matter what.
Other than love, I feel like it's more of an ego thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I maybe have a slight ego problem.
I know I have an ego problem. I try to be as humble and have as much humility as possible, but sometimes my ego definitely gets in the way of a lot of things.
I feel like I think we're both humble and I think we're both very down to earth and good, nice people. But I feel like our ego affects us in different ways. Like you don't like asking for help.
Yeah.
For me, I'm super competitive. Like I want to win. I want to win everything.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Anyways.
100%. Anyways.
Your turn.
Okay. My next worst feelings in the world is hearing bad news that makes your stomach drop.
Oh.
And this could go for anything. So like,
oh my God, that's
for
such
me,
a
I
good
thought
one.
of like, this is going to be the worst version I have of this. But for me, it was when my grandma passed a few years ago. And I was doing Orange Theory classes in the morning every morning before I went to work. And so I was in class and I walked out of class to like 20 missed calls between my mom and my sister, like 10 or 15 texts that were like, call me right now, call me back right now, all these things. I think I had a text from my brother too. And I was like, oh, something really bad just happened.
Yeah.
And like my stomach had already dropped. And then I honestly, long story short, I had a feeling that this is what it was going to be about with everyone texting me and calling me like that. So I immediately called my mom back, I think. It was either my sister or my mom, but I think I called my mom back first. And I just remember her telling me the news for the first time. And it like, I didn't think that my stomach could drop any lower, but it did. But yeah, that's like the worst version, I feel like, of that feeling. But like other things are just like bad news.
Any bad news.
Any bad news.
That is such a good one because I feel like especially when you get it in the form of like a text or something on the screen.
That's like, call me back.
Yeah. Or like, I don't know, like a hey girl text.
Oh, hey girl text.
Like when I got my hey girl DM, like
it's automatically like, fuck.
Yeah. Your heart just like drops.
Yeah.
Or it could be like you have plans with your friends and someone texts and like cancels the plans, or you're going to a concert and the artist gets sick and you get a text that the show's canceled. Like literally
it could be anything, any sort of like bad news to you as a person that makes your stomach drop. That's one of the worst feelings.
Feeling sucks. So now I wish I had that on my list because that is like actually one of the worst feelings ever. Okay, that was a good one. All right, my third one is hurting somebody else.
Ugh. Yeah.
Like when you know you really hurt someone. My God. I can't
It's
tell
like,
you
it's
how.
just like the guilt that consumes you
Yes.
is the worst.
I feel like the example that comes to mind is relationships, because anytime that I've ever had to really hurt someone, I think I've told you this too. I'm always
Mhm.
like, I would rather be the one getting dumped.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I was the one that was getting
Yeah.
broken up with. Because it's also hard when you hurt someone, like, then you question, like, did I do the right thing? Like, did I make the right decision? And then you're like questioning it, and then you want to reach out and make sure they're okay and check on them,
Yeah.
and like, you know that that's not the right thing to do, and like, oh, yeah, it does consume me.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling.
The guilt. Ugh.
Yes.
And that's with whatever, with friends, with family.
Yeah. It could, yeah. It's very
Yeah.
true.
Like anybody. Agree. Right. My last one before Kelsey gets into her honorable mentions is, okay, getting excited for something or someone and it doesn't happen.
Oh, when you get your hopes up.
Yeah. Getting my hopes up. I think this is where my ego comes in. I think a little bit, because I will try my hardest not to get my hopes up about anything nowadays.
Me too.
I try not to get excited over anything nowadays.
Don't get attached to the outcome.
Yeah, do not get attached to the outcome. I stopped telling multiple people what my plans were to like do things, and instead I'm just trying to do it myself. Like, you know how you're like, work in silence, but what is it? What is the saying? Like,
I don't
work
know,
in
but I
silence, but like celebrate in success or something like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like that goes with it too, because I'm just like, I want to be the only person that knows how disappointed I am. Like, I don't want other people to see that I'm disappointed about something,
Or that you like failed something, or that you.
Yeah. And that's where my ego comes in.
No,
like,
I'm the same way.
yeah,
I get
quite
that.
a bit. But I think one thing comes to mind. I remember I was dating somebody and he had moved away, and we were still talking, and we were like, we didn't really know like if anything was going to work out or not, but we were like, let's just keep talking. And then he would like promise FaceTime dates and then either ghost, or all of a sudden he was busy doing something else. And it was like, just like, okay, so
And you were
it would be
disappointed
nice to
every
just
time.
every single time, until it got to the point where like every time it was promised, I was like, I'm not even going to get my hopes up, because this isn't going to happen.
And I feel like things like that are why both of us are now like, I will believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like, we'll see.
I can't even express how little I trust other people because
Same.
of A, B, C through Z. Like,
Yeah. Agreed.
and that's not just like romantic partners.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. For sure.
So anyways, that was my last one.
That was a good one. These are really good.
It's a really good thing we're doing these ones first, because what a fucking bummer.
I know. I feel like I'm feeling these things
Me
as we're
too.
explaining them. Ugh. Like remembering examples.
Yes.
And stuff. Fuck. Okay. This one,
These are your
honorable.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I want to save the one I'm about to say for last, because I feel like it's better than the other one. But it kind of goes along with what you just said.
Okay.
But like almost opposite. I hate when I'm really excited about something and I tell someone and they immediately diminish my excitement about it. That feeling.
Yes. Yeah.
But especially when it's someone you're really close with, like that feeling just sucks so bad. Like if I'm really excited about something, I need people to be excited with me.
I
Even
totally
if
get
they
that.
don't care about it, like just be excited because I'm excited.
Wait,
you know?
I'm sorry if I've ever made you feel that way.
Oh, I don't think you have.
Okay. Cool.
No.
I don't know. I was just like, yeah, that is one of the worst feelings. Because I was remembering when I felt that way, and I'm like, why isn't this person as excited as I am about this?
No, this was like,
I feel like if they knew me, they'd be like just as excited.
what do you mean? Like, why wouldn't you be
Yeah.
excited, you know? Oh, it happened all the time in high school.
High school is such a fucking different world in the worst way.
Yeah. So that's my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention is when you accidentally text the wrong group chat or the wrong person and you're saying something that you shouldn't be saying.
Wait, I have a story about this.
So do I. You go
I have
first.
two.
I do
One
too.
that's funny and one that's okay, also still kind of funny.
Okay.
But the first one will be me, and it's not a group chat. It was just sending a text to the wrong person,
Okay.
and it was about that person.
Yes.
So
that's what I like. That's what I mean by that.
In college, I had met this guy my freshman year Halloween, and he was so cute. And we were like making eyes at each other like all night because we went in the same group.
Oh no, I know where
But
this is going.
Because I don't like to talk to boys, I never uttered a peep to this man. I did not speak to him once. That night we were in the same group all night. I do not think that I spoke to him one time.
Of course not. Some things never change.
They never change. If I did, it's because I had drinks in my system because we went to a couple house parties. Anyways, he was just so dry when we were like talking afterwards, like because we exchanged numbers and it was like fine, whatever. And then like he was just so hard to talk to,
Yeah.
and like text that I was like, what the hell do I even say to this? Which is exactly what I said when I screenshotted the message of our conversation, sent it to my roommate and friend Emily, and in all caps underneath it said, how the hell do you flirt to this? And I sent it to him.
Shut up. Lay down.
I sent him the screenshot of our own conversation, and in all caps said, how do you flirt to this?
Oh no. and that was before you could unsend messages.
Yes. Yeah. It was in like 2015.
Oh my god.
2014.
Don't say how many years ago that was, because that doesn't seem right.
No, that is right. You guys, can you believe I still look this good? If you're watching, I still look like I'm in college. Right?
Yeah, actually, must be nice. I'm aging like moldy cheese.
Yeah, that's what she's been told. I don't agree with it.
I'm pretty sure.
Fuck whoever said that.
No, I'm pretty sure I know exactly who said it.
No, me too.
This girl.
Fuck you.
This girl is like, I haven't spoken to her in years, and she still tries to bully me. Like, girl, I forgot that you existed. Anyways, okay, so.
Oh wait, no, I have a second one.
Oh yeah, I have two. So
okay,
go ahead.
Okay, so my second example that came to mind thinking about this was, I lived in a house my senior year of college, and there were 4 girls that lived in this house, including me. And it was a very small house, very small. Like it had 1 bathroom for all 4 of us. Like the kitchen was just small. This is just important for you to keep in mind. So, as like it is like with college roommates, or if you're living with someone for the first time, you kind of like get to know like how they live.
Mm-hmm.
And some people just aren't compatible with the way that I live, or with the way that my friend Sam lived, which was similar to me in this house.
Okay.
So Sam and I in college were like how you and I are now. We did freaking everything together.
Yeah.
And so we texted all day, every day. And even when we were like at home in our rooms, like that were wall to wall, we'd be texting each other. Anyways, so we had this one roommate that moved in as like a subleaser, and she just wasn't very clean. And Sam and I kept getting so upset over like things just kept building up. But what broke the camel's back was she didn't unload the dishwasher when she was obviously the one who had like opened it and then just put dirty dishes in the sink, and just like she just like never unloaded the dishwasher.
To be fair, that is one of my least favorite tasks.
No,
but I still do it all the time.
Same, but I feel like in college it was just like there's 4 of us, just like take care of your shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So anyways, so Sam and I were texting complaining about it. And we also had our house group chat going at the same time. And so Sam accidentally sent a text to the group chat that should have just been to me about this roommate being just like not clean. But it didn't say her name, it said she. But it mentioned the dishwasher, I think, somehow. So like it was obvious who it was about.
Yeah.
And so this girl got so mad, which fair. To her credit. Like if I figured out that people were talking shit about me that I lived with like that, and they couldn't just tell me to my face.
Yeah.
Like I get it. Okay. I get it. But there's a lot of backstory here, and whatever. I'm not going to get into it.
And that college, everyone talked shit about everyone.
Yeah,
Like
and,
my friends
yeah.
had a whole vent session about me not knowing that I was home, and I heard the whole thing. And
Uh,
then they apologized, and I was like, it's fine. Like you
Yeah.
guys were annoyed. I get it.
Yeah. But okay, so keep in mind, I have to finish the story. I'm almost done. But I have
Also,
to tell.
I don't do that anymore. Like I feel like that was
Yeah.
college.
Oh,
Like I
yeah.
really don't feel
We're
like I
too
talk
old.
about people ever, especially not like my friends.
We're too old for that.
Yeah, agreed.
Right when it happened, Sam then texts me in a panic and is like, Chris, oh no, what do I do? And so I was like, you need to like try and play it off or something.
Yeah.
I like don't know what else to tell you to do. You either have to try and play it off or you have to admit that we were just talking shit about her. But technically you, because she didn't know for a fact that text was going to me. But obviously it was because of our dynamic
Yeah,
and how she said it.
Yeah.
So I get home from class and I know that she gets home, the other roommate gets home close after me on like this certain day of the week. And I was like, shit. I'm like, I can't like go purposely hide in my room because I don't do that at this time because I come home, I eat, and then I go back out for class.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting on the couch, which was like right when you walked in the front door, and I saw her walking up the sidewalk, and I was like, oh no. I was like texting Sam, and I was like, I'll let you know if she says anything to me, but like I'm thinking this whole time, I'm like,
were you like, hi, when she walked in? Like, what were you thinking you were gonna do? What was your plan when you were laying there?
Nothing. I was just gonna wait to see if she said anything.
But were you gonna say hi to her when she walked
Yeah.
in? Oh, okay. So you're just gonna act normal and just.
I was just gonna act normal and see if she knew that I was a part of it.
Okay.
It was from Sam.
Yeah.
So Sam like had tried to play it off. I can't remember what her reasoning was, but like
It wasn't good.
it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
And we both were talking about it afterwards. We were like, she knows. That's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I feel like at that point you just got to be like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, she walked into the house and I was sitting on the couch and it was literally, she had gotten there and I only had 5 more minutes to be at home before I left. And I was like, damn, I wish I just would have taken her a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because I'm not confrontational. Anyway, so she walked in and we exchanged some hey. Like that, like a long hey.
Oh no.
And then she looks at me dead in the eye and goes, I never want you to speak to me again unless it has something to do with the house. And I remember being so appalled that I laughed, which is so unlike me. But I literally was like, like it was one of those laughs, and I go, all right, don't worry about it. I like was not. I wasn't the biggest fan of her anyways before that. But I literally was just like, all right.
What a crazy reaction to have. Like, come on.
I wasn't even the one that said it. Sorry, Sam.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't even the one that said it. But then Sam actually had to live with her for the full next year after that. And this girl, I think at one point in time, called Sam Satan reincarnate or something like that. Like she hated Sam. Anyways. Wow. Sorry, Sam. I'm airing out our college memes. I'm sure you actually would appreciate that story if you're listening. Okay.
I also have 2 examples. Number 1 was in college. The soccer team was like a bunch of us were dating the men's volleyball team. Like there were like 5 of us that were, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I was a freshman and this girl, I hope to God she doesn't listen. There's no way she listens to this. I hope none of my teammates are listening to this, but
hey girls.
Hey, it was forever ago. Okay, we're past it now. It's fine. This girl Nikki was a junior and she was like the scary junior. Like,
oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're about to say. Yeah.
You don't want to be on Nikki's bad side, okay? Nikki really liked this volleyball player. I'm not gonna say his name because I like whatever. We're just gonna say Bob, okay? Nikki really liked this volleyball player, Bob, and we were all at a party at Bob's, as we usually were. And it was just a house party. And my like best friend at the time was this girl, Courtney. She was another freshman on the team. And I go to text Courtney. And at this point, Nikki and Bob were like chatting on the couch. Okay. And I text Courtney and I say, is it just me or does Bob look so annoyed with Nikki right now? Okay. I sent it to Nikki because I was thinking Nikki. I typed the word Nikki in the text. So when I went to send the text, I just sent it to Nikki. Okay.
Oh my God.
The scary junior that you do not want to be on her bad side. I'm a freshman.
That's honestly even worse than accidentally sending a screenshot to a boy.
No, that's my second example is even worse than this one. I run over to Courtney and I say, we have to leave. We have to leave right now. We have to leave right now. And I show her and she's like, we can't leave. We can't leave. We just got here. And I'm like,
what do I do?
I'm staring at Nikki, waiting for her to check her phone. Because at this point, the only thing I could think to do was like, when she looks at it and like looks at me, be looking at her and like laughing. Like, haha, like get it? Like I meant to send it to her. Okay.
Okay.
Luckily, she was drinking that night quite a bit. Okay. I finally walk over to her because I'm like, I can't stare at her any longer. Like, I'm panicking. I need to get this over with.
That is so brave.
I know. I walk over to her and I go, did you get my text? And she's like, what? And I was like, I had to come tell you because you're not sitting by him anymore. So it's not going to make sense now. But I was like, you and Bob were sitting on the couch talking and I texted you and I was like, is it just me or does Nikki look really annoyed at Bob? And I go, but after I sent it, I realized I said, does Bob look annoyed at Nikki? So I pretended like I meant to say it the other way around. Like Nikki was annoyed at Bob, not Bob was annoyed at Nikki. And I was like, yeah, I realized that I sent it like the wrong way and it wasn't going to make sense. So I just had to come tell you. And she like looked at this text and she goes, oh my God, that's so funny. And then that was it. It never came up again.
Dude, you were so lucky that she had been drinking because I was like, that would never make sense in a million years.
It did not make sense. It did not make sense. But you want to know what? I said it with so much confidence that she did not question me. She was just like, oh, that is funny. I'm like, yeah, see? Yeah. But I remember being terrified the next day that she was going to look at that text again sober and be like,
that didn't make any sense. Yeah.
Yeah. If she did, she never said anything to me. So it was fine. Okay. Second example is even worse. I was in a work group chat and everyone was like celebrating their wins and I was having a really, really bad time.
I know what you're going to say.
I'm in sales. Okay. And this was years and years and years ago. Okay. This was one of my first jobs. Someone had just posted like another win or something and I screenshotted it and I went to send it to my friend and I said, fuck this. I'm so mad or I'm so annoyed or something. And I sent it to my boss. I hope no employers listen to this episode.
This was an old version of her. She's not like this anymore.
Literally was years ago. I cannot even imagine doing this now. Okay, this was a very long time ago. And it was like jobs that like they were not like real. They weren't my real jobs, you know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This is out of character for me now. And yeah, I sent it to my boss. And then I immediately sent another text that was like, I'm annoyed at myself, not at the team. And I was like, I just really want this deal that I've been working to close, blah, blah, blah. And I just like played it off like I was like having a meltdown. I was frustrated with my leads and things not closing and blah, blah, blah. And like, honestly, it was pretty believable. I think I said like, fuck this, I'm so annoyed, and sent the screenshot and then immediately said, I want to be celebrating like my deal's closing too. Like something like that just made it seem like I was just annoyed that I wasn't also being able to celebrate. I sent like 15 texts in a row and then my boss texted me and was like, just breathe, it's okay, like we're gonna get you some deals. Like and we just moved on. That was it. Yeah, but you can imagine my heart was in my butthole.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah, that's why I don't like, if I have anything to say about someone, I'm not going to text about it. Like, I'm just not doing that. I feel like it's not very often that I, like, have anything to say anyways. Like, I usually keep that shit to myself. Or if I really have a problem with someone, I talk to them about it. Mm-hmm. But I definitely am not texting about that stuff. Like, anything.
No.
It's just too risky.
Especially with work.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right, on to the best feelings. Top 3 best feelings. And I think we both have 2 honorable mentions for this one.
No, I don't have any honorable mentions.
What? I thought you did.
I have 1.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
Number 1, in no particular order, being in love with someone who is also in love with you. That's a really good feeling.
I've never known that feeling.
Well, it's a good feeling. I have known that feeling a few times, but none of them worked out. So,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Okay.
Your turn. I don't really have
One
much
of
else
mine
to say.
is one of the best feelings is going to bed knowing that you don't have anything planned for the next day.
Ooh, that's a good sleep right there.
Mm-hmm.
That is a good sleep. No Sunday scaries, no plans. Like you can do whatever you
Mind
want.
isn't racing. Like,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
you just know. That's
know
pretty
that you
much
can
how I
wake up
feel
and
every
just
day right now.
lay there.
Yeah.
Just wake up and lay there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, I feel like this is similar. Oh, that's my honorable mention. Okay. Belly laughing. Do you have that?
Yeah, laughing so hard your stomach hurts.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of mine.
It really is such a good feeling. Like I love when we get the giggles and we like laugh
Yes.
hysterically. It
and
is
like
my favorite
actually
thing.
physically cannot stop.
Yeah.
Like, it is the best feeling ever.
It really
hurts.
is.
It hurts so bad, but it feels so good.
Yes, agreed. Oh, I wish I could laugh like that every day of my life.
Me too. I think I would be a much happier person. I think it would cure my depression.
It is. There is something so curing about it.
Mhm.
Is that a word? I don't know.
Curing? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh, I knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one is, I love this one. I'm so glad I saved this for last. Okay. When someone tells you how proud they are of you.
I think that this works only when you're not very self-deprecating, to be honest. Or when you trust people a little bit more, or when it's people that like you really care about.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I just like don't trust the person, even when I'm like they're probably like telling the truth, but like not.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Sorry,
I
I just made that so negative. Oh fuck, that was one of your worst feelings.
No. It wasn't. No.
Immediate.
That was not the same. No, I get what you're saying. And I feel like
But
it
is
means
one of
more when it's someone that you really care about.
yes,
Either
and that you really respect.
yes. Or like when you've done something that you're also really proud of and someone else recognizes and is also proud of you.
100%.
That's like
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, my last one that I put before my honorable mention. I'm having a really hard time saying that word.
Yeah.
Is when Shadow or like a dog or a pet like cuddles you and falls asleep.
That is a good one.
Like it's the best feeling in the world. It's like there's a TikTok trend going on right now that is like, how do I explain this feeling to someone who like doesn't own a dog?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's so you can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's like pure love. It's one of the best feelings.
When Joey and B like curl up like Little Spoon and fall asleep next to me, it is my favorite thing ever. And Joey sleeps so hard that I can like move around and like he'll stay asleep. Like it's just the best.
And also just like random dogs that you meet for the first time and they like greet you. They go like straight to you.
Yeah,
and it's like
it always happens to her all
I
the
think
time.
I just have like a dog friendly aura. I fucking love dogs.
I also love dogs, but they always go to Kristen over me. Maybe it's because they know I have cats.
Maybe you have the cat aura around you.
Yeah, maybe. I do feel like I do pretty well with cats.
You do.
Oh God, am I a cat person?
You're just not realizing
No, but
this.
I would choose dogs over cats any day.
You were a cat person the second that you adopted them.
But I still would like choose dogs over cats.
Yeah, but you have a couple cats.
I know. I am gonna get a dog when I have money and a yard. So
yeah, Shadow needs a cousin.
Yeah. All right, that's a really good one.
Thank you.
Okay, my first honorable mention is getting into a bed with fresh, clean sheets. Especially if you took an everything shower.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shaved legs.
100%.
Clean hair. Smooth skin. Fresh sheets.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Your turn.
Okay, my one and only honorable mention that I have is when you're reading a really good book for the first time. And it just like sucks you in. And you can just never get that feeling back. You can never go back and reread like a really good book for the first time. It just
Yeah.
doesn't give you the same feelings.
Yeah.
And those feelings were just like the best. I'm kind of in that moment right now with the series that I'm reading.
It's true.
I'm reading the Throne of Glass series, in case anyone was wondering.
Do you think I'd like that one?
I do think you would like it. It's really long.
All right. My last honorable mention is when you wake up before your alarm, but like an hour or more before your alarm, and you are like, I have a whole nother hour to sleep.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up tired and you're like, I get to appreciate this last hour of sleep that I wouldn't have appreciated if I didn't wake up.
It's also just like the relief
Yeah.
of waking up before your alarm and seeing that you have that time.
Mm-hmm.
It's so relieving.
It is. It is. I love feeling relieved.
Yeah.
Being
same.
relieved is a great feeling. That's a great
feeling.
Great feeling.
Yeah. You know
like
what?
What a relief. Oh.
You know what? The craziest fact about myself right now?
What?
I do not set an alarm ever anymore.
We've talked about this.
Yeah. I used to be set an alarm every single day. Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to say it again. I used to set an alarm every single day so I could make sure that I got up at the same time. Sometimes even on weekends. So I made sure that I didn't sleep in long to like ruin my day.
Yeah.
You know? Because if I sleep in too long, it ruins my day.
It does, because it feels like you wasted the day.
Yeah.
I am like a sad girl when I sleep in.
Same. But like, even though I know that sleeping in sometimes is so good for you, it just makes me feel inadequate when I wake up, even on weekends.
I agree.
But anyways, I am somehow that person who consistently wakes up, no alarm, between 5 and 6 a.m.
That's really early.
6:30 a.m.
Because I feel like I'm becoming that too, because I keep waking up between 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes right before 7. Sometimes like right at 6. And then I'm like up. Like I'm awake.
This morning, I woke up naturally at like 5. Could not fall back asleep. So I just kind of like laid there for a while. I cuddled with Shadow.
But I love that.
And then I had like an extra like hour and a half before I had to like take him out.
Mm-hmm.
And I could just scroll through TikTok the whole time.
It was such a good feeling.
Phone in bedtime.
Yeah.
But it's like an added phone in bedtime.
When I was really sick and going to bed at like 6 p.m., I was waking up at 5 a.m. and I loved it because I could watch the sunrise from my bed.
Yeah.
I have a really good view of the sunrise in my bedroom.
I think just being awake that much earlier, I feel more productive, even though I spent that hour like on TikTok. For me, that feels like productive.
I agree. I
just got that extra hour and I didn't like push it. And I felt like I was productive to my brain.
Yep. That's why I'm trying to get into a routine of going to the gym at 6 every day, because I feel so good on the days that I do it.
Yeah, I was at the gym earlier than usual today because of how early I woke up. I was at the gym before 7, and I usually try and get to the gym by 7 because I only go to the one in our apartment. So
yeah, it's just the best.
Yeah.
And especially I like when I go to the gym, like drive there.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, I'm back at like 7:30, 8, and I'm like, I already worked out and left the apartment today. Which a lot of times is more than I do the whole day. Like sometimes I don't leave the apartment for like a couple days.
Yeah. I can get so easy not to leave the apartment when you work from home.
Those are our top best and worst feelings that we could come up with. There's probably a lot more that we didn't think of.
You guys tell us yours.
Yeah,
if you have any other feelings that we did not mention, tell us.
We posted on Instagram earlier this week asking you to tell us your best feelings and worst feelings in the world. So if you haven't seen that already, go check it out and leave a comment. Let us know. We still want to know.
I'm so intrigued.
Me too. It was fun hearing my family's answers for that. Actually, my brother is the one who said waking up before your alarm. And I was like, oh, that's such a good one.
Yeah. I love hearing how other people think.
Yeah. So let us know. Next week is our Flunk of the Month
and our monthly Roses and Thorns.
So make sure you tune in. That is the series that we are doing this year. If there's any other series you want us to do, we could add more. So let us know. But that's what we have right now. So make sure you tune in next week to see what our monthly flunks were, because I have a very big life update.
Yeah. And also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Spotify if you're watching this on YouTube, and YouTube if you're listening to this on Spotify.
Get us to 50 subscribers. Please share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're worried about us, like, knowing that you subscribed, we cannot see who is subscribed to us on Spotify or YouTube, and I don't know how to know that.
Also, like, why wouldn't you want us to see? What are you embarrassed about?
Yeah.
We welcome all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, get us to 50 so we can go make our charm bracelets.
Please.
And we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Okay.